Yo, Wagwan YouTube. First time ever to watch her live. Okay, so guys, we're doing something a little different, okay? I hope you guys can see me. Let me check YouTube first.
Oh, you just popped up on my notification. It's a bit.
Yeah, it did?
You just popped up. Hi, Angel Gang Gang.
Okay, it's here. Shit. Yeah. Okay, so guys, welcome back. If you checked out the last live I did, I talked about like this research and like I've been trying to educate myself on demonic oppression, and it's actually rooted in experiences that I had where I felt like I drew the demon out of somebody and then didn't know what to do with it after. So I became very obsessed with like exorcism movies and shows and things like that, and it brought me to this research because I told you guys I've been in a dark night for a couple of weeks, and I was doing a lot of research about this in this time. So I've, of course, utilized my fellow high priestesses, the community that I've got, and was talking to the sistrins. The two sistrins that I shouted on yesterday's live are in this chat. So welcome, please, everyone. We welcome HourGlassByJass.
Hi, Angel.
And that's HourGlassByJass on YouTube and Instagram.
And Mama I'm Made in Haiti on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram is Made in Haiti, and you can put it in the chat.
I will, sis.
And Mandisa's just getting ready, but she's there. Hey, it's the Three of Cups. It's the Three of Cups. Three fucking high priestesses in one place. This is amazing. Okay, and I'm excited because I watch both of these readers personally, and we just pull this out of our ass. We actually watch each other, support each other. So this is really exciting. Okay, but we're gonna get some frankincense on the burn and everything. I know D is setting up like some candles and stuff and getting the energy right, because we are going to be talking about demons and lower vibrational energies, but from a very high vibrational conscious place. Okay, so this isn't about fear mongering, and Jass is going to touch on this as well as Mama D. Like before we came on, like we really wanted to make it clear, like none of this information is a cop-out to your own shadow work that you have to do. So this video isn't going to cater to those in the collective that swear that it's demons that are responsible for everything in their life, when it's their own shadow that's self-destructive, petty, and low vibrational. You know what I'm saying, right? So that's just a little disclosure, and we will kind of tap into that because anyways, yes, we'll tap into that more. But I think I'm going to start off with just kind of sharing the 6 different forms of demonic oppression that I researched, and then we'll all kind of like give our opinions, because everybody has a very different opinion, not just about demonic possession, but about what to do to protect yourself and heal yourself should you believe you or somebody else is possessed. Okay, and possession is real. I personally believe if you can channel an angel and will an angel into your body so that it can help, heal, or channel messages to people, then why a demon couldn't do the same? A demon couldn't. You can channel a demon and bring a demon into yourself so that you can, and that demon can will bad things, harm, lies, all death, whatever, right? So if you don't believe in it, we'd like to know why. And if you do, we'd also like to know why. Okay. So anyways, you want to say anything before I read into these, the 6 things?
No, ma'am, I'm taking notes as well. You got some key points that I need to hear.
Yeah, and mind you, we're all humbled enough to know that this is new. Like we're not claiming that we're know-it-alls and we have all the answers, but we all are, we've all researched or have our own personal opinions to pull off of with regards to this. Okay, so hold on. Before I even read that, let me just... Yo, Mandisa, where are you there?
She getting protected.
Yeah, she don't fuck around. She's like... I set the mood because I just called her off the cuff. It's late. She's in the UK, so it's late there right now.
Yeah, she getting PTG. She getting ready. She getting ready.
Fine. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, for supporting us in communicating to the collective the truth for light and for dark. Please protect us in this communication to allow us to communicate clearly to the collective all the messages that are in their greatest good. Surrounding the material abundance, sustenance, protection, the protection. Surrounding demonic oppression, possession, and the collective's own shadow, your own shadow. Because that is the demon that has the most impact on your life. It's your own. It's your own.
That's the first.
All right, Mama, you here? We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Hit the unmute. See at the bottom of your bar? I still can't hear you. Oh, she probably has the headphones in or something.
Boom.
There, yeah. No, unmute now. Unmute here now. No, unmute here now. Yeah. Can we hear you?
Me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, do you want to lead us in prayer? Mama, you want to lead us in prayer?
Let's do this. Can I light these candles? Let me light these candles. And I'll
This energy is dope.
It's cool, right? It's the Three of Cups.
It's the Three of Cups.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna light these candles for balance, yo. The masculine and feminine energies. And for the equinox. Happy equinox, y'all.
Happy divine feminine season.
Love it. All right. Our divine mother and father who live within us, higher be thy name, our freedom come, your will be done on earth as it is within us. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses against ourselves and others as we forgive those who trespass against us and themselves through all lifetimes, all timelines and levels of consciousness. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the absence of love. For we are the kingdom, we are the power. Divided we are weak, united we are victorious. And to you, the Almighty, we give all of the glory. Forever and ever, Duanete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is, and so it will be. We ask that Sister Destiny, Queen Cup, and Sister Jass, Hourglass, are protected during this talk to the collective, as we will be delving into darker aspects of this process. But as you all know, we are dark and we are light. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe. Can I get the sound box?
Hey.
Yes, sister. You're such a spat.
That shook it to me, okay? Ashe.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna just kick it off by reading the 6 different forms of demonic possession that I researched.
All right, baby.
Okay, so the first one is demonic possession. The demon takes control over the body and is trying to convince you to relinquish your rights to your soul. So that's what it really wants access to, and it uses the body to break it down, which is very similar to number 2, which is demonic possession due to pain and sickness or injury, only affecting the body and also not the soul. So the difference is the form of which it attacks the body, right? One, it will attack the entire body, getting it to do all crazy shit like you saw in the movies and the shows. But then the other form is actually specifically through injury or sickness. Now, the third one is diabolical oppression, the story of Job. So torment causing tragic events in someone's life. Now, this is where we can't get fucked up and not taking accountability for how our own shadow will sabotage our own life. Okay, so, but we'll touch on that too. But anyways, number 4 is diabolical infestation, where a demon takes possession of a home, an object, or a pet. I just laugh because I think of Thora and her demonic ways and her killer ways, but it's okay. It's her own shadow. It's her own shadow. Anyways, diabolical subjugation. So diabolical subjugation is the hardest form of demonic possession to reverse. because essentially it's where someone becomes one and integrates willingly with the demon into their soul and life by things like games. So playing Ouija boards or playing demonic satanic games or pledging your soul to the devil. So think of 60% of the people in the music industry. Carrying on. And then there is diabolical. The sixth one is diabolical obsession, where someone has overwhelming and irrational thoughts that can lead to suicidal ideation and mass murder. Your thoughts, ladies, your thoughts on these 6 forms. Now, first off, are you aware of any other forms outside of those 6? And did those 6 resonate with you? Like, were you able to identify or understand any of these forms of possession?
You talking to us? Or
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, you go first.
Absolutely. Specifically the form of sickness. Where I come from in Haiti, there is a big differentiation between the religious practice of voodoo and the demonic practice of black magic. And differentiating the two helped me realize that whenever manifestations regarding to black magic happen, people will come after your health, honey. They wanted to see you sick. They wanted to inflict some type of dis-ease upon your human vessel. So I definitely know that the demonic affiliation can be correlated or related to your sicknesses, what's happening on the inside of your vessel sometimes. That is a key factor or a key identifying factor for you to notice, okay, what's wrong with my spirit? Sometimes we got to do soul surgery. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with the spirit right now? Because I feel like everything manifests through that spirit first. So that's key. A lot of people don't even notice the signs within their body and how it can be attached to demonic attachments or possessions or bad energy, juju sent their way. So that's dope, Des.
What do you, Mama?
I definitely feel I resonated with all. I think we've all kind of, if we haven't experienced it, we know people that have experienced these things. They just fall sick or even drop dead. You know, like my people are South African, and we have had people within our own family just dropping dead for no apparent reason, and people are completely discarding that it's anything to do with possession or anything to do with somebody putting their lower vibrational energy onto them. So I think it is something, especially with the children, you know, like in these times we've got I don't know what you want to call it, but we've got a problem with people stealing our children. And I truly believe that our children can only be stolen if they are not educated about this type of energy and educated about this type of attack. Because the only thing we'd be protecting our children from is, you know, you don't want them to get hurt, beat up, you know, look both ways when you cross the road. But are we praying over our children before they leave? Are we putting them into spiritual baths at least once a week to protect them from such attacks? Are we feeding them the right food so that these things cannot attach themselves to our children? Are we doing that?
I hope y'all taking notes.
100%. Now, have you guys, any of you guys felt personally, like I know that I felt like certain homes or like objects were evil, like even things like I just moved and there were certain things that I knew I couldn't bring with me. And I'm not saying they were possessed by a demon, but I definitely felt they held low vibrational energy that I didn't want it to come into my new or clean space. I also felt, I also experienced certain people that I genuinely believe that because I had known them for a long time, that or certain experiences that they had gone through where I could believe that they inherited some kind of entity because I know their shadow and I know their light and I don't know what I'm seeing right now. Right. I also believe that we talked a lot about mental illness and stuff like that. And I'm not a doctor and I'm not trying to make blanket statements about the mental health community, but I do believe that it's highly triggered and rooted in spirituality and lack thereof. Right. So, I when I read the different forms of demonic possession, I kind of felt like, okay, like I know personally I had to exorcise demons outside of my own shadow that I had acquired and had picked up. Maybe they're not as, fancy and as dramatic as the ones in the Exorcist shows I watch and stuff, but I knew they weren't entities that were meant to be a part of my life. So I made changes to my lifestyle. I minded my company. I did what I could to spiritually protect myself and also do the inner shadow work to purge what part of my darkness wasn't mine. That was a pivotal part of shadow work too, because then I do the intricate work with my shadow, because I believe we are fifth dimensional spirits, energies, we're fifth dimensional souls, and the 5 different dimensions very much have to do with the inner shadow and the higher self, which are polarities, and the inner feminine and the inner masculine, which both polarize each other as well. And then the inner child, of course. So that's why I'm really into, like, I was telling the girls, like, I want to do this, but I'm not trying to give people a cop out into not addressing their own evil. And both girls were like 150%, right? So did you guys feel like you've actually experienced this personally or witnessed anybody experience any of these forms of possession? And if so, how did you respond?
I can give y'all some background on in certain places in Haiti, they have, I guess, rebuked or exercised through the form of exorcisms bad energies into nature. So there are certain trees you can't cut down, baby. There are certain plants that you can't pick from. There are certain areas, but it's always correlated to nature, because I personally feel like that attachment needs a host. The host needs a life force, whether it's a human being, an animal, or an actual living energy through our trees, our plants, our fruits, our vegetables. The whole purpose of the lower vibration is to find a place to attach itself. It cannot linger. You know what I'm saying? Free. Right. And where I come from, we also have what's called intranquil spirits. And typically what happens to the intranquil spirit, it gets stuck in this plane of existence. It does not ascend, nor does it descend.
Right.
So when we talk about healing and we talk about the trauma that we experience on our human experiences, it is very imperative to acknowledge, to heal, to talk to someone, to go through your shadow work, like Des said, to go through your death of the ego and all of these other things that comes with the spiritual journey. Because if not, where you going to go? You need to know who you are while you living, so that way you know where you're going when you descend. What happened to Mama?
It must have cut out. She'll come back. She still has the link.
Okay. But you need to understand who you are while you're living. So when you reach the afterlife, or whatever you consider, afterlife to be, you have a clear idea of which path to take then. Because energy is not created nor destroyed. After this life, y'all, we got other missions and other ascensions and other shit to go do outside of this. Excuse my language, I be cussing. But I definitely feel like without a host, you know what I'm saying? So without a low vibration to attract another low vibration, that low vibration is really none of your concern. And on my channel, y'all already know, if you follow me, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Your spiritual journey, 100%. Your spiritual practice, everything that you teach, preach, or absorb from, whether it be Queen Cup, Mama D, myself, you have to apply it to your life. You have to make it make sense. You have to definitely see how it works and if it works, because what works for me may not work for you. So then you got to keep journeying. You got to go find how to continuously raise your vibration in an authentic way. Because there is false positivity out here, y'all. And those who preach false positivity don't understand the importance of shadow work, because they're not living in a dualistic reality. And if you want to keep it a whole G with your spiritual journey, y'all, you're going to have to acknowledge the fact that this is a dualistic reality. So what you going to do with it? You know what I'm saying? How you going to flip this play that we came here to flip? You're going to have to really get in tune with your spiritual journey and see how you stay protected, how you stay connected, how you stay ready so you never have to get ready. When these energies come to you, how have you been journeying spiritually? How does it phase you now? Have you stayed ready? And I feel like that's the important. So that way there is no demon or devil outside of yourself. The moment that you acknowledge the demon or the devil inside of you, when it's time to battle, you know exactly what to do. You're prepared. You stayed ready, so you never had to get ready. When those attacks come upon you, you know how your own shadow attacked you in the past, so you're ready. You're prepared to face these energies, y'all. You got to oversimplify.
It's ironic that the shadow work is actually what prepares you.
It is.
To fight that demonic energy, right?
The shadow work is the hardest part of the journey, and that's why a lot of people, they refrain or they get stuck in the midst of shadow working, y'all. But I'm here to tell you, the moment that you acknowledge that there is no devil, there is no Satan, there is no Hades, there is no demon outside of yourself that can fuck with you better than the one that you possess yourself, then none of them really have power or any type of sovereignty over your vessel. So the lower vibrations need a lower vibration. And you find that when you are depressed, you find that when you are anxious, you find that when you are sick, you find that when you're suffering any type of mental illness, that is when you have those voices. That is when you have those energies come see for you and find for you. You don't find that when you in your prime and when you in your next season and when them ancestors is walking with you like a whole army with guns, that they coming after you because you stayed ready. Now you don't have to get ready. So I encourage everybody, don't let that energy be perceived to be outside of yourself solely. The moment that you realize that your creator, I don't care what you call it, it created these lower vibrations as well. So now how you gonna deal with it? How you gonna flip it? How you gonna move? How y'all about to do this lifetime? You can make it seem like it's got sovereignty and power over yourself, or you can make it work for you. Put it on chains. Tell them what to do. These energies belong to all of us. And I feel like that whole perspective, y'all, of it being is what allows it to attack you in the first place.
Okay, so this is a good question. How do you help the people you love come out of these possessions without it feeling like you're attacking them, or do you let them find it within themselves and protect yourself? So this kind of leads to a question, right? So me personally, I know this is about demons and stuff, but there was something you said the relevance. Remember, Jazz, we were talking about the relevance in this tarot community, and you were saying karmic. The reason is this increase. It was about these karmic readings.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like you to talk about those karmic readings first and how it links to this, because then I want to essentially bring up the topic about the witchcraft and the obia, because I believe that, like me, I have been exposed to the demonic energies and ways of utilizing these gifts and ancient rituals, and was never exposed to the polarity of that. Right. So I kind of wanted to lead it into that. But anyways, I'd love to talk. I'd love your thoughts on this demon energy in our community.
So I definitely, when Death brought the whole idea to me about jumping on, y'all know on my channel, I preach, if anybody you're watching inflicts fear into your soul, stop watching them, because we don't fear monger. The light worker is here to share light, even in the dark spaces. So if my messages as a light worker keep you in your dark spaces, I'm not doing my job, or I done inherited the wrong title out here. I'm a false light worker, right? So when Death told me what we're getting ready to do, I felt like it was necessary. Y'all want to know why? Because all these karmic readings went from your divine masculine got a third party, your divine masculine got somebody pregnant, your divine masculine is cheating and doing all this other stuff. It's a karmic. These motherfucking karmic readings now is your divine masculine went to Africa, dropped 30 stacks. They doing black magic on you and your bloodline. They cursing the lineage out here. Y'all, my ancestors.
It's true. In only 2 years too, it really took a hard turn. Yeah.
My ancestors not here for it. Your divine masculine's karmic is doing graveyard rituals. Half of these motherfuckers can't afford a graveyard ritual, a successful one.
Right.
A whole
like 30 bands.
You are not that important for somebody to drop that amount. They going broke. They not paying their rent and they bills because of you and your love life. Y'all,
right.
I felt like the fear mongering was getting too real. So I feel like it's necessary to give actual information for y'all to process and to download, so it resonates with your soul. Because when you see the clickbait, when you see the readers that are unfortunately reading from a linear perspective, so they can only preach what they know, they can only teach what they know and what they've experienced, and unfortunately they may not be in a season to be giving messages. It may be their gift to give messages, but it may not be their time to give it. And you can see the difference in the energy because you will leave the reading more stuck than you came, okay? That's not the energy that a light worker is here to shed and to give y'all. That energy is also bringing demons into the tarot community, into the tarot collective, because these readers are unfortunately inviting them in with the messages and the energy attached to the messages.
And then the fear and the doubt that those messages then create in the watcher.
Yes.
And then they make decisions
now
from that fear.
Went from here to here. So what you were attracting up here is no longer in alignment with you. Now what you down here with, that is what you are attracting, unfortunately. And it's those energies that y'all are encountering. And that's why I always tell y'all on my channel too, some of that shit don't even belong to you. You done picked it up along the way of encountering and experiencing your journey. That's why you have to stay connected and protected. You really do. You have to know yourself and know your voice well enough to differentiate the others that's coming in to tamper with your destiny. Like, seriously, y'all. And I also want to say, the devil ain't out here just messing with anybody, if y'all believe in that, because I don't. Well, these demons ain't out here just messing with anybody, y'all. You got to have a purpose. You got to have a destiny. You got to have a mission. You got to have something worth fucking with you for. So I'm here to tell everybody who ever felt like they were under spiritual attack as well, it was worth them taking the time out of whatever time that they consider time to come check for you, see for you, and stop you in your tracks to begin with. So the devil ain't out here just messing with anybody. It's trying to stop people that's truly intimidating to this experience. So that alone should liberate the shit out of you to fight like no other and warrior up and get in tune with the spiritual team that is spiritual warfare. It is a spiritual warfare, y'all. It's just how you choose to fight.
Yo, mama. Man, we need to know your thoughts on this because I know your ancient soul has crossed the paths of all kind of bumba clot. So what are your thoughts on all this, and especially about the community too, and what are your thoughts, and how do we protect ourselves, not just as high priestesses, whether you're actually dealing with demonic possessions, but even in just the tarot community?
Well, first of all, no one has any power over you without your permission. First of all, okay? We've all been birthed into a world where unless you acquiesce means to give over your power just because of fear. Unless we acquiesce, nothing has any power over you. I know we're here talking about demons and we're talking about possession. Let's talk about the people that are telling us what to do. If ever I saw demons and possession, it's an everyday thing for every single one of us. And how you deal with that is how you deal with these spiritual attacks. It's the same thing. You don't give over your power. You don't give over your power. You don't leave yourself open. So things like, right, boom. Last year I was attacked, yeah? But it was my own fault. It was my own fault. Why? Because I was vibrating low. Secondly, I was drinking alcohol, ghoul, spirit.
Yeah.
How you gonna drink something called spirits? And
don't think that shit ain't gonna fuck with your soul.
Yeah. And it's normal. It's okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? So nothing has any power over you without your permission. So the only reason that I was open enough to be attacked, and you know where they'll come for? They'll come for your spleen chakra. So make sure that you research that. They'll come for your spleen chakra. So make sure that you know how to protect that particular area. Now, for me, they came and the pain in my back, and it was a friend. It was somebody that I love, but it was a red-eye thing. This is the next thing I want to tell you, people. I want to tell you, everybody's a witch. I don't give a fuck what you think or say. There's two types of witches in this.
I'll accept it. Witchy bitches. Witchy bitches.
There's two types of witches in this. Yeah? There's a witch who has control over emotions, and there's a witch that doesn't. Now, the witch that doesn't have control over her emotions is the dangerous witch.
Right.
She's the dangerous one because she doesn't know how powerful her thoughts are. She doesn't know how powerful her moves are. So she doesn't understand that when she is fitting her energy on somebody, even let's just say like someone pissed off a lover, pissed her off or him off. So you're pissed off by a lover. So now you mad, you upset, you are blaming and you're projecting. And guess what that energy is doing? Guess what that energy, that's not only depleting you, that's doing something to the connection that you had. So you've got to understand, there's a program, I'm into Marvel, babe, you lot, I'm into superheroes. So I'm into Marvel and I watched, what's this thing called? WandaVision. I watched WandaVision, yeah? Wanda, basically what she did was she was so grief-stricken when her dude died. She created this, she brought him back from the dead, and then she created this whole fantasy, and everybody had to be involved. And you know when I knew that was real? Because I did it myself. I was in a marriage whereby every single person that saw us thought that that's what they wanted. But it was a lie. It wasn't real. This dude never touched me when we was at home. He never looked or spoke to me. But as soon as we were out in public, we were perfection. We were perfection. And that's the difference between the two witches. So really what we're looking at is, are you in control of your emotions, and are the people around you in control of their emotions? That's number one. Number two, the same energies that are telling us what to do, they've got nothing to do with you. Like my sister Jass said, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So all the things that they're throwing at you, you need to be ready already. Because at the end of the day, what we, especially in this ascension process, are starting to realize that we're the ushers. We're ushering the people in. We're ushering the souls into this bigger expansion, this bigger dimension of what it is to be a multi-dimensional being. So who do you think is going to get attacked? Just like Jass said, they're coming for you. So you've got to understand what's coming for you, and you've got to understand how powerful you are. So when those things come for you, you're like, nah, I'm not having any of that. And then you get into your practices. And your practices, you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not into nothing. You have been into everything. The things that you've chosen to eat, the things that you choose to watch, the things that you choose to listen to, the people that you choose to be around, the things that you allow into your vessel. All of these have everything to do whether this attack is going to attack you or not. I've also been the witch who's been attacked, not knowing, and I learned from television, return back to sender. I nearly killed a girl by doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I nearly killed a child by doing that. You understand?
It's not funny, but it's just you took a hard left. Yeah.
Black girl magic.
You gotta be clean.
Yeah, that's some new definition to black girl magic.
You can't be too emotional in this bitch. Because you can't get things personally. You can't allow. I've got glitter on my face. It's annoying me. You can't allow. You can't allow other people's lack of emotion to affect you. Nothing has any control over you without your permission.
Right.
That's it.
That's the best way to protect yourself. Is right here.
It is.
Right.
I just wanted to add something real quick because Mama went in about all my bitches witches, right? And I actually did a video on this, and I don't want to take up all the time, but I pulled up the differentiation, y'all. There is a big differentiation. You cannot group and categorize all of us together, okay? Just like she said, some of y'all connect emotionally, and that's through the water vibration. Some of y'all connect spiritually, and that's that soul. That's that fire, okay? Some of y'all connect mentally. Y'all give the messages. Y'all are the messengers. That's that air energy. And then some of y'all connect through staying grounded and keeping and cherishing Mother Earth herself, keeping the planetary body up with whatever it is that y'all do. So I just wanted to give y'all y'all like some differentiation real quick. Witchcraft is the practice of magic, especially black magic. Period. Okay. Black magic originated through the practice of witchcraft. So those who consider themselves a craft worker, okay, and there's a big difference between witchcraft and other things like spell work and juju and root work, okay? That originates from the Wicca religion or belief system. And
Tell them, Jay.
What do we know about Wicca? Wicca is a predominantly Western movement whose followers practice witchcraft and nature worship. And they see it as a religion based on pre-Christian traditions of Northern and Western Europe. The funny thing about Wicca is the origins of it can be traced to this British civil servant named Gerald. And he spent most of his career in Asia. The majority of you guys who even are followers of the Wicca belief system have a lot of origins of Hindu and Buddhist beliefs to begin with, because the founder of your spiritual system went and studied in Asia. But guess who he also studied with? Aleister Crowley. Okay?
Oh,
What do we know about Aleister Crowley, y'all? Aleister Crowley gave it up for the dark, just period. He didn't give two fucks about it, and he let y'all know how he gave it up. That's how he's down in history. That's his legacy. That's how he moved. So that Wicca is not ironic that black magic originated through Wicca and witchcraft. Now, black Wicca and witchcraft has only been founded since 1960 something.
Mm-hmm.
African spiritual traditions date back 10,000s of years. So prior to this witchcraft that y'all are all familiar, guess what we had? We had root work, okay? That's what I am. That's what I'm assuming a lot of the high priestesses who follow Destiny and myself or resonate with Destiny and myself are as well. Root work or root doctors are traditional healers. They are the conjurers of the rural Black South. They use herbs, roots, potions, and spells to help their recipients. Voodoo is a more widely known version of the conjuring tradition, most associated in the popular imagination with New Orleans. Half of y'all from the down south got that Benin and Togo DNA. That's why y'all are natural born root workers, light workers, healers, shamans, mystics, things of that nature. It's in your roots. It's in your blood. You really can't help it. That's why you tapped in so heavy. But the ideas and practices that came to define the root doctor had folk beliefs originating from West Africa. And root work is ancient, you guys. So that is the herb doctor right there. That is the one that get her herbs, and she get her potions, and she get her spells. That is the one that also exorcises demons out of motherfuckers and get low vibrations out of motherfuckers and bring them back to their ancestors. Give them the path to get back to the divine and back to the Most High. That root worker is powerful within itself. Don't ever let these lower vibrational energies make the inner high priestess in you stray away from your natural born gifts. Y'all not really affiliated with that Wicca shit. Y'all really not. Don't give up your for a Celtic cross. Don't do that shit. Please don't do that shit. You don't have to. You just got to do your research. You know what I'm saying? That's all y'all have to do. And I promise you here, it literally says that it is within her power to rebuke and to exorcise demons as well, because that root worker, she's connected and protected at all times. So you got Jess out here not even knowing what she's doing, but every time she speak, every time she teach, and every time she touch motherfuckers, she exorcising demons out of people because it's her ancestors' birthright to her. It is her ancestors' autonomy to her. And that's why she don't even have to tap into something that's tapped into her. And some of y'all can resonate with it. The times that you were in your lowest vibration, you didn't go to the pulpit of the church. You didn't go to the tabernacle. You went and you got your knees and you went into prayer warrior mode and you felt that shit with you. That's because it's something within y'all that has the ability to exercise your own demons, the ones that you attracted or the ones that attracted itself to you. However that plays, it's within you to get rid of the shit. It's within you to first acknowledge the fact that lower vibrations have attracted itself to you. And then it's within your power to acknowledge the fact that I can be my blessing in this situation as well. I can be my God and I can be my little demon as well. I can get myself up out of this. But I wanted to share that because all my bitches witches. So I do feel like you have the ability to invite into revolt whatever it is that you feel like experiencing.
So guys, I think this question's kind of interesting because it speaks about succubus incubus, which technically is a form of possession if you really think about it. What mere What's mirror magic and sex magic? Also, succubus and incubus energy. I'm super curious as I heard another reader talk about it. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I definitely know about incubus, succubus energy. I definitely know about these blood-sucking fucking... Anyways.
So mirror magic. First of all, mirrors are portals. Every mirror is a portal. They show us in the movies. You have to understand that the movies are documentaries, yeah? So the mirrors are portals. So if you have a mirror in your bedroom, you are susceptible for energies coming through that portal, especially when you sleep. So what you need to do is make sure that your mirrors are covered or turned around, or don't have any mirrors in your bedroom at all, to be honest. If mirrors, there's also, when it comes to mirrors are like, obviously, they reflect you. You can look into a mirror and speak yourself into existence. Speak other versions of you into existence through the mirrors. So you can do that as well. You can also, mirrors are also used kind of like crystal balls. You know, like in some people can see things through mirrors. So there's that when it comes to mirror magic. But also with sex magic, especially on a full moon, sex magic with a willing and equal partner. You can't just be having sex magic with anyone, because you are going to draw out some dark shit. Trust and believe that. You're going to draw out some dark shit. And if you don't know how to get rid of that shit, you probably won't.
It could take years. It could take years.
You don't know what you're doing, don't dabble in that shit. But if you do know what you're doing, people, in my last video I did speak a little bit about sex magic under this full moon. I did speak small on it. I gave you like a little small tip on how to manifest using sex magic. But also, it's not necessarily with a partner. You can do that by yourself. You don't necessarily need somebody with you to get involved in sex magic. But then you can see as well, what's stigmatized? What's pussy whipped? What do you think the fuck that is? That be sex magic on your ass. That be sex magic.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck that shit is. Or you fuck someone and your world goes to pits within a couple of fucking weeks.
Yeah. Fact.
It was all good just a week ago before I fucked that motherfucker. Yeah. I know. Been there, done that.
More big and also, if you are going to be involved with things like sex magic, or things that are gonna be is intimate, it's intercourse, make sure that you're clearing yourself, you're cleansing yourself regularly, especially to my high priestesses. Make sure that you are taking your spiritual baths. Make sure that you are yoni steaming. Make sure that you are cleansing yourself with whichever smudge you choose. But make sure you're doing that. If you are really fucking with people, your lover should be quite open to being cleansed too.
Right. And can I just make a plug? Every single one of these high priestesses here sell some kind of cleansing product. Just so we're aware. And we're back.
That was the advertisement.
I had to be it. I'm not monetizing this shit. We gotta be free.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Appreciate you too much. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are much more conscious when it comes to, because it's an exchange of energy. And if you more time, it's demons lying down with demons. That's what's happening, because the lust, when we are supposed to be having intercourse to create, not intercourse for recreational purposes. This is not weed. You understand? So therefore, you gotta understand that sex is not recreational. Who the fuck put that into reality? The same people telling you what to do, the same people, the same Simon and them telling you that sex is recreational. It's a spiritual, sacred act for procreation. That's what it is. And I'm not even putting out, don't get me twisted. I'm here for all of the alphabet. I'm not politically correct. I'm here for the whole alphabet, yeah? I listen to this. When you lot lie down with each other, it's still to create. You lot should be consciously creating things to come into existence. You shouldn't just be fucking. Sorry, you shouldn't be.
Right. I don't believe that sex should only be for recreation. I mean, should only be for reproduction, but I definitely think it should be sacred or there's no fucking. I'm done with the incubus, succubus, demonic sex. I'm off of the toxic sexuality. Like, I'm off of it.
I was about to say, that's what Mama was probably trying to hit at. It's like all of the casual sex. Motherfuckers just meeting people just because and getting their nut off just because. You need to be connected in some capacity.
But it's also energy transfer. It's energy stealing.
Yeah.
You fuck the wrong person, your abundance gets drained, and all of a sudden that person starts. I've seen that shit. I've seen that shit. You fuck the wrong person, you get broke, and that person's now lit. Like,
you may only have 2 bodies, but the nigga that you just laid with had 60. So all of them energies is now affecting and trying to merge with yours. And that's just the way life
or trying to take from yours.
Take from yours. Yes. So sometimes it's not even about how good and how clean you are. Your person, like she said, need to be open to cleansings and cleanings and baths and all of that other stuff. The same stuff you doing. That's
and diet as well. And diet. You know, I'm plant-based. So I'm really not trying to be fucking nobody that just had a steak. I'm not. Because you got that energy. You got that energy and you want to put that on me.
Mama D likes that vegan dick. That's what she
the alkaline dick. Give me that alkaline dick.
The alkaline pump up the class.
I'm here for it.
This is the 3 of Cups. It's the 3 of Cups.
Giving with the collective needs. Y'all need to pay attention. These niggas is the ones giving y'all yeast infections and bacterial vaginosis. It's not you nor your diet or your nothing wrong with your gynecologist, bitch. It's him. It's him that need to go cleanse and change his diet and cut out that meat and take out some dairy and start eating more fiber and get some fruits in that shit. And if he ain't gonna do it, you divine feminine need to start putting that shit in him so it can go in you. Because that's what's throwing our pH balances off. It's the disconnection from the spiritual aspect of sex. Sex and spirituality go hand in hand. That is the only tangible proof that we have that we are co-creators is when a baby comes out of our womb. That's the only tangible proof. We spiritually manifest our careers, our lovers, our friends, our family, but the tangible proof is a baby. So like she said, sex is spiritual, y'all. You can't just be having casual sex and casually sharing your vessel and your energy with just anybody, because there are incubus and there are succubus out here who literally suck up sexual and kundalini energy to thrive and to survive. So they look for high vibrational high priestesses, empresses, spiritual beings who have high vibrational kundalini energy to energy vamp from, to be quite honest and frank. That's why a lot of the high priestesses know about the narcissist or had a taste of that narcissist or that incubus energy, like that said.
And can I just make one point just to get back to this demon and angels things is that the reason why possession even exists is essentially because angels and demons are in a realm and the only way they can manifest through on earth is through us. So the polarity of a demon coming into you and you willing a demon into your life, you can will angelic forces. When you hear about, you know, what's his, Michael, you know, the protector, what's his name? Archangel Michael. Like people pray on these angels and these energies, even our ancestors, to support us in our missions, what we build, how to get into alignment with the greater mission and purpose that is tethered to our ancestry. Half of the time I'm channeling, it's my ancestors that are like, oh, we get some time. Like, because I sat there and I prayed and I asked my God, ancestors, and guardian angels to please assist me in this. So I will them every day into my life. But there are ways you can consciously will demonic energy into your life if you're not consciously aware about your behaviors, your heartbreak. Your heartbreak can get you to will demonic energy into your life. I bet you. Okay, your ignorance, your lack of self-love, all of this shit. So I just wanted to make mention on that because I don't have much to attribute to this live about demons and things. I'm learning. A bitch is learning, you know.
Girl,
but
you gave us the 6 reasons. What you mean we learning?
I just looked it up on some shit I was watching. I'm like, there's 6. I'm like, I'm typing it down. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? But I resonated with it, and I was like, I get that. I get how somebody could have channeled that and formulated that. Yeah. So, anyways, yes. No, if you're doing it willingly. Let's see if we have any more questions. Guys, do you have any questions? We can all see the chat. So if you have questions for anybody in particular.
Let me see. I can't see the chat either. I can see it popping up once every so often. Can't cross someone from addiction. What's it say? You can't cross someone from addiction or anything else for them. You'll just absorb their shit at best. It's true. It's not your business. It's not your business.
Yeah, but that's somebody's that's their own shadow. Yeah, that's not your shadow or demon they acquired. It's their fucking own. You have to go in and do your own shadow work. Like my addiction isn't some demon that I picked up from fucking the wrong fool. No, it's my own shadow and how it chooses to live out.
And I like to say, like, you can only help people who want to be helped. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when you notice somebody is getting to the place where they're asking for your help or they're asking you to help them find help, then that's when I feel like you can either put your foot in that puddle. But outside of that, do not put yourself in unnecessary predicaments or positions to be trying to help other people with their shadow, like Des said. Right. Some people have karmically put themselves in certain cycles that they got to see themselves out of. Can't nobody help them but they make them. So I would strongly encourage you, don't help somebody that look like they don't want to help themselves, because you may be easily inviting something into your energy unnecessarily, you know?
And don't try to be everybody's savior. Like, even just because you have managed to heal yourself or managed to level up in this whole process, don't be trying to carry others with you, because we're all in this thing at different paces. We've all got different soul missions. So don't think that you're leaving anyone behind, or don't think that you need to drag others with you, because it's not your business. It's not your business. You know, so willingness in this whole thing for anything when it comes to healing is the first port of call. It's your first detergent. It's the first thing. If you're not willing to heal, just go over there and do what you're doing. You know what I mean?
100%. So you guys, especially you guys, like the way we have a question, like, how do you do the cleansing, right? Like, how do you keep yourself protected? How do you keep yourself spiritually clean? I know we touched on some things, but I mean, me personally, I've been focusing on my thoughts. So the cognitive behavioral therapy, where I reprogram my brain by telling myself a lot of positive things, where the matrix and the programming created this dialogue and this narrative in my mind that was very demonic. It was very harsh. It was very mean. So my mind, healing my heart and my wounding keeps me protected and from darkness and things like that. I mean, the only tool that I use, to be honest, to actually physically clean a space is the frankincense. And I'll be really honest, I have seen this exorcise demons out of people in the form of like purging, making people purge immediately, like immediately puke, immediately shit, and they're not allergic. We Smudge a Lot works with a group of scientists that make it possible for us to get all of the actual data and information about the testing and the effects of frankincense on people, and there's nothing that would cause that. Unless it's a reaction internally. Frankincense is an antiseptic, not just externally, but internally. And it cleanses a room and a space. And that's why I burn it a lot during the lives. Because the lives, it's like you're just opening yourself up to an actual physical connection with all these people. So this protects me. And that's really it. But what do you guys do to protect yourself from darker energies, not just of your own, but of others?
In reference to staying ready so you don't have to get ready, I'm a firm believer, if something done attacks you, you did something wrong, okay, prior to that attack.
Well, like Mama said, because Mama said, nothing can invade you unless you allow it, right?
You allow it, right? And sometimes, like Des said too, it's subconsciously that we've allowed these things. So maybe it's just something you need to learn through and grow through. But nevertheless, I believe in mind, body, soul, the Holy Trinity. Exactly what Destiny said, reprogramming the thoughts. I'm an avid meditator and I'm also a yoga practitioner. So when it comes to getting silent, sitting still and really listening and really, really clearing the mind and getting in tune with your higher self's voice. I'm a firm believer in that. And then the body, I love fasting, y'all. Y'all gotta understand that the body is a self-healing organism. Fuck this big pharma, fuck this westernized medication. When it gets down to it, the ancient practices such as Reiki, it outdates Western medication. Ayurveda medicine outdates westernized medication. You have acupuncture, you have all different types of root doctors and witch doctor that outdates Western medication. Your body has the ability to make it do what it do without any type of help, as long as you give it some type of assistance. Fasting gives the body the ability to reset and recharge. Fasting literally takes all of the toxins out of the kidney if you do it within a 7-day time frame, and that allows the blood to regenerate all of your white blood cells that do what? Help the immune system fight any and every goddamn thing, right? Spiritually, mentally, and physically. So then when we talk about spiritual cleaning, mind, body, soul, I love goddess baths. I love me a good goddess bath, a very strong, intentional, ancestral, guided.
Mama has the best fucking goddess bath. That shit will strip the devil off your skin.
I'm about to get it right after this live. You should have don't tell me that. I'm about to get it right after this live. I love me a goddess bath.
I got you, girl. I got you, Jazz.
She's got you. She's got you.
Don't sleep on a goddess bath, y'all. What it does to the spirit, that water element is a cleansing element. That water element is a healing element. And depending upon what other intention and elements that you add to that goddess bath, you might as well be fucking baptizing yourself. I'm just saying, it is a spiritual baptism. That's what you're doing. So you are regenerating, you are renewing your spirit in a sense. So you are cleansing, you are re-inviting in new energies. However you have intentionally set your bath up, you know, that's powerful to the divine feminine. I encourage a lot of divine feminines to incorporate that practice into their spiritual cleansings. And then on top of that, I'm a Virgo, so I be mopping these floors with Florida water. I be wiping these walls. You know what I'm saying? I be getting the energy going in here. I be smudging a lot. You know, Queen Cup got me on a frankincense. So it's a lot of different things y'all can do. You got to make sure it resonates. Make sure it hits home. Make sure it feels right, though.
What about you, Mama?
For me, I'm going to touch on the same things as Jazz. It's all about my temple. I'm 45 years old, so like I'm getting on. So my you know, on the outside everything looks great, but on the inside, this is my concern. So to cleanse, I fast. I would do a 72-hour fast with just water. I did a lot of that last year during the lurgy coming out. I also, what I do, I'm a hairdresser as well, I'm a loctician. So what I do when I'm before and after my clients, I wash my hands with Himalayan pink salt with the soap. So, and I wash my hands up to here, and then I cleanse it with, and then I rinse it off with cool water. And that helps as well to make sure that the energy is clear from one. I don't transfer energy from one client to another, and also to myself. Obviously, I smudge. I use smudge a lot because it's the best frankincense in the world. Yes. But I also use smudge sticks as well. I make them out of sage, rosemary, bay leaf. What else is in there? We got all kinds of ingredients, but all of these things, and make sure that when you are smudging or using smoke to clear your home, make sure all the windows are open so that these dark energies are not running around your house losing their minds, because it's crazy for them. So you need somewhere to escape to. So make sure your doors and windows are open when you are smudging.
100%. Or else it defeats the purpose. It needs somewhere to go and ventilate out, right?
Absolutely. And also I think the words that I speak to myself, because like Destiny was saying, we've been programmed so deeply to have like self-hate, to not love ourselves, especially women of color. You know, we've been told that we're not beautiful and we're not nobody protects us. So I continue to speak life into myself. I continue to tell myself how important I am, how wonderful I am for me. If not for nobody else, but for me. Dissolving some of these negative dialogues and narratives is by reversing and speaking absolute positivity to myself, and I use the mirror to do that too, so that I can see myself and talk to myself.
Right.
Says you three are genius together. That's
Thank you, Diamond Veil. Thank you, Mama.
Guys, this was so cool. We can't not do this on like a regular basis.
We can.
Is it the Witchy Bitchy show? Shout out to Day Day who created Witchy Bitchy.
All my bitches.
The Witchy Bitchy show, where we get real witchy on these motherfuckers. That's how you guys broke me out. Now I'm not calling myself a witch. We're not there yet. What baby steps.
Y'all know I prefer high priestess all day, every day. But I'm just saying, all my bitches witches. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Mama D don't think it makes a fucking difference. She's like, you hoes can call yourselves what you want.
You're a witch. You're a witch. You know, and the thing is as well, you've got to remember as well, witches, we were burned. They burned us, man, because what? They didn't want what we're here talking about demon possession and being possessed internally, but when we came out, when we were out, like, yeah, we're here, they burnt us. So I can understand why many of you are in denial of what the fuck you are. Because why? You don't want no smoke. But here's the thing. You can't hide because, like Jass said, all our witches are witches. So anything that looks like, anything that's around you is a reflection. I'm a mirror of destiny. I'm a mirror of Jass. There are mirrors of me. If it's me, then it's you. If it's you, then it's me. You understand? That's all. That's all. So don't be afraid to explore all of who you are. And in this way as well, I think with possession, what possession would do for many of us is get us to find out how to get that shit off us. And once we find out how to get that shit off us, nothing can ever come back on us again. Psalms, it's my book's all the way over there. Psalms is also it's a book of witchcraft. That's what Psalms is. So if you can get the right Psalms, you can remove anything off you and you can create anything for yourself. If you know about
candle, you get the right Psalms with the right candle.
You better speak it.
That's it. That's all you need. You know, that's it. That's all y'all need. I'm just saying, if you don't know other process and procedures, you get the right Psalms with the right candle in a pure heart in the right intent.
Girl.
That's the medicine. That's the medicine. Y'all need to remember that's the medicine.
I remember that they hide the truth right in front of you, right in front of plain sight. The truth is hidden in plain sight. So you be like, especially those of us who have gone over to spirituality and we're not really like, you know, we don't do religion. Yes. So the Bible, we're like, when I found out that so much witchcraft is in the Bible, I picked up the Bible again. I started to study that shit. I started to get into that shit. I started to realize that everything that I need is at my fingertips. Everything that I need is at my fingertips in this book, if I know how to work it. And I work it.
I also wanted to say this too, like, I love the fact, I feel like the witch movement is so liberating because it's a way for you to look at like the Salem witch trials and say, fuck all y'all, right? But also the witch term was implemented through a lot of oppression and through a lot of colonization to identify the strong Black woman. That's the one they had to watch out for. That's the one that went in the woods at nighttime and then the next morning 5 niggas done ran away magically and mysteriously. 5 slaves off the plantation, probably running down the Underground Railroad. Those women were something that needed to be clearly identified. It was a derogatory term attached to that strong Black woman who had medicine woman or magic woman or Black girl magic, whatever, because they couldn't describe how certain paranormal things were happening amongst the slave tribe without her being there. Okay, so it was a way for them to make her stick out like a sore thumb. But when you bring it back to what we used to do, y'all, they were the high priestesses, but we did have the hierophants too. Y'all men come from her. So if she got it, what you think you got inside of you too? And if you come from her, if she got it, what do you think is up in you if you came from the portal? I'm just saying. So the differentiation is there is none. It's the same. It don't matter what you call yourself. We the same. I am we. You know what I'm saying? Like Mama said. So high priestess, witch, medicine woman, shaman. A lot of y'all be traveling. And a lot of y'all have that gift of transcending time and space and matter. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know it. But that's a shaman. That's the ability to have the book of the Akashic records in your soul, just period. You came here with it. So it's a different terms, but aren't we all the same? I and we. You know what I'm saying? What I got just may be a little different, but it's the same thing. That's why when y'all hear Death's readings, my readings, Mama's readings, it's just a different language. It's the same messenger though. You know? Same messenger.
We were just saying this. Me and Mama were just saying this. We're all as bitches are saying the same thing in just a different form and fashion, but it's necessary because everybody has and requires a different form of fashion in order to trigger this conscious awareness. So you can speak the same message 3 different ways, and those 10 people are each going to point to a different way to say that helped me. So it is necessary, but it's funny how I find that we've really synced up. There's this, which I feel like even doing this reading is a reflection of us. You know, and Mama, you had mentioned a while ago, like the sisterhood of the high priestess needs to return, and that a lot rides on it. The destruction of patriarchy, the healing and uprising of the feminine energy, like all of this, you know, relies on this coming back together and this sisterhood. And so I just appreciate you guys just all around the world, Canada, US, and Haiti, and the UK, and plenty roots in Africa. So only a black woman. Oh, here we go. Anyways, guys, if there's any more questions or if we're ready to wrap, we'll definitely work on like coming together on different topics. So in the chat, because all of us in the chat and in the comments of this video, if you'd like to see us come together again about particular like topics, write them in the comments, because then all 3 of us will look at them and be like, what are we going to do next? Okay, so share what you'd like us to discuss, and you know, all things spiritual, esoteric. Let's try to stay away from politics because I can't. I can't. And then we'll talk about everything under the sun. But
Queen Cup for making this happen.
Thank you, Jass.
Thank you, Mama. Like just dragging us like it's time.
And this was not even planned. Like we just was like, are you ready? Are you ready? You down? Half an hour? Let's go. Like it was.
I wasn't really ready because I got my wig cap on. Like I wasn't really ready like that.
Fresh out the gym. Your girl about to get in the
I wasn't ready like that.
That's how unprepared. Your girl's getting.
I'm sick and I might have the vid, but I'm all right.
No, you don't.
Girl. I rebuke that.
Look, we rebuke it. Then we rebuke it.
I'm sick. I'm sick. Okay, human beings.
No, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of shifts going on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shifts.
I'm still active. I'm still active.
The seasons be changing and all these things.
And it gets me every year. It gets me every year.
Simon and them fuck with you. Don't let Simon and them fuck with you. You ain't got none of that.
Are you kidding me? I am a warrior out in these no vaccine streets. Like I'm not playing. Like I am for the mission. They would have to kill me. Like they have to stick that shit in my neck. Like I'm not going out without a fight. I'm fine. I'll catch a cold. I'll survive. I'm 33.
Get your sea moss. Get your elderberry syrup. And
right? I'm gonna go to the restaurant right now and ask him to cook up some sea moss. I'll be fine. Like,
you be all right.
And my Starbucks tea is always laced with frankincense. Like I'm okay.
Yes, frankincense.
All right, guys, we love you. And until the next time we see you, keep letting your inner angels live. And before we go, can you guys leave your handles real quick? Because people are asking. And I'll put it in the description box, but just let them know where they can find it.
Handle? What the hell are you talking about?
I can't chat. I was about to say I can't
Oh, wait. I think I can.
You can't comment in the box?
I can't comment. Oh, wait.
You can't write in the comment box of the chat? Yeah, you can.
Hold on, wait.
I just see comments, baby. I don't think I could comment, but what I'll do, I'll go comment. And if you want to pin it in your comment, I could go comment after it posts. And then if you want to pin it.
No, I'm going to put yours in the video. I'm going to put you guys in the actual description box, but just tell them right now so they can go right now.
Oh, my name is HourGlassedByJass.
So on YouTube, she's Hourglass by Jazz, all one word. And then on Instagram.
Made in Haiti __.
Made in Haiti __.
Yeah.
And then Mama, what about you? You're on Instagram. You do readings on Instagram and YouTube, right?
Mama D Tarot.
On both.
Both.
Yeah. But I'll put it in the description, boss. Okay, guys? I love you. Thank you for everyone who was brave enough to come into the dark door, which was this discussion, but it wasn't so bad. It was good. I think it was good.
It was positive.
All right.
Thank you, Des. Love you.
I'll see you ladies later. Mwah.
Bye, guys. Bye. How do I get off?